stop counting again. I don't know what he means when he does that.
Hey!
What?
Hey, buddy.
What's up?
Hi.
And it's locked on camera.
Well, Nathan Drake could be... Why don't you call your whore Nathan Drake?
Hello everyone, I'm Matthew.
I'm Chris.
And we are here for part 2 of the NOLAnerdcast top 16 games of E3 2016.
Because it's 2016.
Exactly. Let's quickly recap last part's games, and then we can talk about the criteria.
You know, we could just tell them to watch the last video.
Yeah, it's fine. So the criteria is...
Fuck me, I guess.
Criteria is... has to be shown at one of the press conferences, and it has to be a game with gameplay, whether a live demo or gameplay in the trailer instead of just CG, which is why, unfortunately, games like Prey and Death Stranding are not on the list. But let's move on. We both had a personal
You know, Norman
game.
Reedus doesn't have a belly button in that trailer.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, I wonder what happened.
I bet we'll find out.
Yeah.
In an hour-long Codex section.
Oh. Wait, do codecs exist?
Maybe.
Codex or codex?
Both. Just saying.
Alright.
So Chris's game of his personal pick was?
Star Trek Bridge Crew VR.
And mine was Gwent, game of the show. Then we had, at number 16 was Resident Evil 7. Number 15 was Dead Rising 4. Number 14 was Ghost Recon Wildlands. Number 13 was ReCore. And number 12 was Titanfall. So let's wrap it up, Chris. Let's go to number 11.
Sure.
What we got?
We have Detroit Becoming Human.
Oh. A David Cage game, also known as the most polarizing man in video games.
So here's the thing. Detroit looks very cool.
It really does.
It promises big things. But...
Will it deliver?
It's a David Cage game. It's probably nonsense.
It's optimism.
I bet.
Versus skepticism.
I bet.
Who's gonna win? Battle it out. Optimism wins.
I bet Ellen Page is also a secret robot.
You think so?
Like he kept those scans.
Oh.
Remember how he had that issue where he took illegal scans of her?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got he's using them still.
No, this game looks awesome because it takes Batman-style detective work, but with the future like Blade Runner tech, and puts it into a very story-based game. What I think is really cool is the fact that it's a short-paced game. Like, it's a very short game, meant to be played multiple times. I got a kind of a, I know you didn't play as like a 999 vibe, or a Virtue's Last Reward vibe, or even the indie game Stories, where you take from one playthrough and your character somehow remembers through, however, like bits and truths and stuff from each playthrough. So I think the more you play it, the more you learn. I mean, this is pure speculation on my part, but it's David Cage, so I wouldn't put it past him. There's always some weird shenanigans.
I just think it's horrific that you compared Blade Runner to this.
I said Blade Runner-esque.
That's still comparing it to Blade Runner.
Yeah, favorably. Do you not like Blade Runner?
I love Blade Runner.
Are you soulless? Are you a Reploid?
A Reploid? What is a Reploid?
Hold on, you didn't let me finish! Keep going. Are you a Reploid?
What is a Reploid?
It's from Mega Man X.
Yes, it is.
Because only they would not know that this makes a perfect comparison to Blade Runner.
Alright, so number 10, Sea of Thieves, huh?
No, nothing?
Nope.
You
Just
have to
gonna-
level your hype, Chris.
I'm giving it...
I give this game 6.5 Reploids out of 10 Adam Jensens.
I'm giving it 4 press X for Jasons out of 10 Jensens.
Jason! It's never gonna go.
I wonder which obscure French actor he's picked to be the main robot.
Oh, but we heard his voice.
Yeah.
So, you think he would, like, after this, many games learn... Well, Ellen Page wasn't French.
Yeah, but they had weird French...
Jean Reno.
Yo, actually, that might not be bad.
He was great in Onimusha 3, but you wouldn't know because you don't play good games.
That was also like 15 years ago.
Doesn't change the fact. Hashtag Reploids.
Kind of does.
Alright, number 10 is Chris so callously threw it out of order, is Sea of Thieves.
So, Sea of Thieves is weird for me in the regard that at the Xbox event, we had a bunch of YouTube sensations playing it.
Are they YouTube sensations? I thought they were just fans.
Fans, whoever.
A bunch of people playing, and what I thought was, at the time, some of the worst stilted dialogue for a gameplay demo ever.
The worst dialogue in that was Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Stealth!
Yeah. I hear this guy's real tough. Can we get eyes on him?
Oh yeah, just check it out.
Yeah, here, sending out the drone.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks.
Who ordered the pizza with extra sausage?
What? What's he talking about?
I don't know. But anyway, if you throw out all that stilted dialogue, you have a really interesting game on there. For example, if you're piloting the boat, you can't see beyond the mast because you need someone in the crow's nest to direct you. You have to lower the main mast. You need someone to fire the guns. If the ship gets hit, it takes on water. You need someone to patch the water so you don't sink. There's a lot of really, really interesting mechanics in there, and it got overshadowed by the fact. Yeah, I got it. Thanks. It got overshadowed by the fact that it was kind of displayed in the worst possible way.
Yeah. And what I really liked was that only showed the combat of it. Like, it didn't even delve into the exploration or the treasure, gathering aspects of it. And this game did more to make me hyped for a Rare game than the last 15 odd years of Microsoft's entire acquisition of Rare.
What about Perfect Dark Zero?
What about Perfect Dark Zero? It certainly was a game. You know what else was? Cameo. I keep wanting to say Cameo Tools of Destruction, but that's a Ratchet and Clank name. Cameo had some dumb subtitle.
Elements of Power.
Elements of Power.
I almost said Princess of Power, but that's
Right?
She-Ra.
But I mean, it might as well just... Cameo was fun at the time, but Perfect Dark we could not get through. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
Remember
we
when
couldn't
even
jump.
You're like, here's a tiny little thing. We're like, no.
You know what the worst part is?
What?
Greg Rucka wrote with a novelization to it.
Yeah, I bet it was better than the game.
I bet it was
what about
super great.
Sea of Thieves?
Sea of Thieves, I am giving this 6 Captain Jack Sparrows out of 10 Adam Jensen's.
What was the numerator again?
6.
I don't think you said it properly.
6 Captain Jack Sparrows.
There it is. And I'm going to give this game 6 Sea of Thieves Guild out of 10 Adam Jensen's because I don't care how much sense it doesn't make. I want the game to make a cameo so the DLC can just be called the Sea of Thieves Guild. Come on. Come on.
Call it that in your heart.
Deal. Let's go number 9.
Number 9.
The Zuko game. Sure. Look, I don't care. It's the Last Airbender reference because he likes For Honor.
See, it's the 4 that really throws you
I know,
off.
but it's the name of the game, so you gotta make
So For Honor, we finally got the plot, which I guess is so non-essential.
at all. But you know what we do get?
What?
Badass Vikings storming the halls of a feudal Japan.
Yeah, and it's really cool because the combat's different for everyone in face. It's got a simple block system, a simple attack system.
Why don't you say simplified? Because I think it's gonna come really into play when you're playing against human opponents.
Yeah, and it's a simplified attack and block system, which I think really, which will give the game longevity in the long run.
Exactly.
It also has my favorite thing in it, where you go up against the boss. At least in the demo we saw, and the boss is not a million times stronger and takes 100,000 perfect strikes.
It's like here you hit him 3 times and he changes attack mode and you enter the next phase of the battle. It reminds me a lot of Bushido Blade.
Yes.
Which is a long forgotten franchise and it really needs a revival.
Well,
but
we have
this is the closest we got. And what I really loved was the contextual environmental kills.
Yeah.
When he slams the grunt against the shield wall, or even when he was fighting the boss. And he tackles and throws them up against the wall and beats them a little.
Yeah.
The game was perfectly brutal without being over the top. And I think between the 3 factions and the different play styles, it's going to have a really fun.
I think it's going to be really interesting to see how they fight against each other.
And not to mention the game is being made by an honest to God Viking.
That dude is awesome.
The man comes out with the bushiest of beards and
big
a walking
bushy
cane,
beard.
a walking cane that I swear to God probably has a sword inside of it. He pulls it apart and just skewers.
He's ready.
He's like, I'm sorry, what game's coming out on my date? Persona 5 goes up to Japan, just stabs a couple people. He don't have anything to do with the game. He has to make a point.
He is a Highlander. The worst part is that it is releasing on the same day as Persona 5, and no one's going to get it.
You mean, actually, I think this will because unlike Tomb Raider releasing against Fallout, I think the target audiences for For Honor and Persona 5 are divergent enough that you're not going to cannibalize your sales. Someone like me and you want both, but for the most part, it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I give this game actually 7.5 Zuko's out of 10 Adam Jensen's. What about you?
I'm giving this I'm giving this 6 Kurosawas out of 10 Adam Jensens.
Hey, you do realize as we go down the list, your hype has to go up, right?
It's going up.
I'm just saying, I don't think you understand how lists work.
It's going up.
Number 1 game on the list is gonna be like, I give it a 4. It's pretty good.
Well, hold on. Where's South Park? Wait till you see what South Park gets.
Do you have to spoil everything?
Yeah.
Can we not get to the list? You ruin everything.
Shut up.
Number 8 is a game that should have been higher, but Chris sucks. Number 8 is God of War.
God of War 4.
God of W4R.
Yeah. So
Look, may I jump on this before you just lowball it with your unenthusiasm?
I mean,
Fool.
if you must.
Actually, you go first.
All right.
Because I get to finish strong. Finish strong, Chris.
So here's the thing about God of War. I mean, God of War. By the time God of War 3 ended, I think everyone was kind of played out with it. And Kratos is not the best protagonist. He's a dick. So the idea that should have happened since going all the way back to like God of War 2, of him trouncing around different pantheons, is finally coming to fruition. And you know, I'm excited, but I'm also concerned because you know, is there still room for God of War? Is it gonna be like anytime they announce a dead franchise and it's like, oh, that's cool for like a day, and no one cares anymore.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Well, if you must.
Because, and here's the easy comparison to make is Gears of 4 versus God of 4.
Yeah.
Because they were both like their systems' respective new franchise or whatever. Not new, because God of War was on PS2. Doesn't matter. But they both kind of had iterations pop up alongside each other. Like number 3 for each came out. They both had their prequel bullshit game no one cared about. Gears of War Judgment, God of War Ascension.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. No one remembers
about
those.
God of War Ascension.
Everybody did. And then now we have Gears of War 4, and we have God of War titleless, but we're just going to call it God of War 4.
Norse God of War.
The difference is, not only does it change up the Pantheon, but it's actually changing Kratos as a character. No longer do we get the stereotypical just angsty Kratos guy. We see a whole nother side of him that we didn't get because of the kid mechanic, which is going to have his own button, and so he's going to play a huge part of the game. He has his own upgrade tree and skill tree.
I'm looking forward to disapproving father Kratos. It's the Kratos I've always wanted.
There's other changes. This is going with a more cinematic approach, like Naughty Dog style, even down to the controllable camera over the shoulder style. The combat is more timing based, even though it still has QTEs a lot. There's a lot that they're changing, and I think that's going to help diversify from keeping it as just another God of War sequel. I really think that's one of the big reasons it played out so well. Plus the fact that it came from no one seeing it to one of the most polished live demo gameplays, I think is a big boost in itself.
Yeah.
So you just wrote "Rest in Peace, God of War 4" on a tombstone. You jerk.
That's fine. I'm giving it 4 Odins out of
again. You're
Jensen's.
going backwards.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We agreed on the order, but my level of hype is not where it needs to be.
Okay.
So I'm giving it 4 Odins.
It's true. There was a lot of compromise in coming up in that order together.
Because compromise is what makes America great again. No, fuck you.
Come on.
No,
Chris,
I'm compromising.
This is for God of War. Gotta trust. Learn to love. Come on, do it for real. Thank you. See? Togetherness.
Let's talk about the next one.
Well, I get to give my score.
Oh, give your score. What is it?
I give this game 8.
8 what?
8 Dad of Wars. 10 out of Jensen's.
Disapproving Father Kratos is what I wanted. I think it's the logical progression
That's what you
of the series.
get. It's basically you in a video game.
It's
all the kid wants is for you to love him, Dad.
Well, you know what? The kid maybe should make a shot.
Will you hug me?
No.
Why?
Because fuck you.
Damn it, Kratos. Look, he gets better. That's the whole point of the game.
No. He's never going to be good enough. When Kratos was his age, he was killing gods.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he literally wasn't.
Must have been in one of the guidance.
Let's move on to number 7, the true game of the year.
All right.
Chris, what are you doing?
I'm just looking at something. So,
Really?
South Park, The Fractured Butthole.
Yes. I'm surprised you don't like that more.
I like it a lot.
No, this is great.
It's my favorite thing about the game.
Look, I want to tell you, right now this game would have been top 3. I would have lobbied for number 1. Chris vetoed a lot of it, dropped it down the list. because he just does not care about South Park at all.
I don't.
And as such, a licensed game, no matter how good the quality, won't appeal very much to him.
That's the hugest problem, because I watched you play a lot of Stick of Truth, and I thought Stick of Truth looked really fun gameplay-wise, but it's a South Park game. I could not have given less of a crap. So, the idea of coming back for more...
So not even the superhero aspect changes it? It's just South Park?
It's South Park.
That's fair, and you know what? I'm not going to fault you for not liking them and having a good sense of humor.
That's a
so
first.
I will just jump in. What I love is they're changing a lot up. It just doesn't. They're not just taking the same game and adding a superhero skin, replacing the Lord of the Rings skin. Like the whole battle system's changed up to be on a grid system with being able to move the enemies and affect them with cover mechanics. They're making the actual battle system more intricate. And that's, you look at that game and you just don't think that it's an actually solid RPG, but it really is. Stick of Truth was great, and I cannot wait for more Fractured Butthole. The demos and trailers they showed, I know,
You
it's
can't.
great.
You can't say it that fast.
Yes,
you
you
have
can.
to.
Fractured
you have to
Butthole.
The fractured butthole.
That just makes you sound like you're more pretentious when you say it.
Butthole. Sure.
But scratches!
But scratch out. What do you give it?
But no, I give this game, like, real talk, a 9.5. Ooh, I need to come with a good one because the other one is slightly problematic out of context. So I'm going to give this one 9.5 franchise plans out of 10 Adam Jensens.
All right.
What about you?
I'm giving this one Dead Kenny out of 10 Adam Jensens.
You know what? I didn't just say that to hurt me.
No, I'm really not. That's my level of hype. One Dead Kenny.
All right, well, let's wrap up this part, and then we can move on to part 3, the finale. Number 6 is a game you lobbied really hard for. This was your South Park, but unlike South Park, I'm also excited about this, just not at your level. So why don't you take it away?
Well, let's talk about We Happy Few.
Let's.
Which you know, we didn't know a lot about it before we came into it.
We did not. It was
And-
shown at Gamescom last year, but it was just like kind of a teaser.
But something about this trailer, and this may be one of the best cut trailers we've ever seen at E3 in a long time, because I showed this trailer to 5 different people, and everyone immediately perks up and goes, "What the fuck is that? How can I get it? What system is it on?"
Yeah. The answer is all of them.
All of them. So it's this very BioShock inspired alternate history Britain where everyone takes a joy pill to keep them on the level, and it makes you do things like attack piñatas that squeak. Piñatas don't squeak.
Or do they?
They don't.
They could.
If they squeak, you're doing it wrong.
You just need to eat the candy, Chris. Now, one thing that came to light after the trailer was shown was that the whole game will be generated procedurally, like a roguelike or a Diablo-style game, so no one's going to play the same style.
That
we don't
is
know how
exciting.
that will mesh with a very strong single-player narrative that they're shooting for, so I think that's really intriguing.
And it's also interesting because in the trailer there was a very the one prompt that showed up on the trailer was take joy or remember.
Yeah.
So I wonder what happens if you take joy. Is the game just kind of over at that point?
Maybe
Like-
it's like Far Cry 4, when if you actually wait like he tells you to,
Yeah.
the game just ends.
That is the most boring sequence I've ever done in my life. I waited 15 minutes and I was just
It's
walking.
always as if they don't want you to do that.
I was
Chris.
walking in a giant circle. It was miserable.
So
Yeah,
It
but
looks-
We Happy Few.
it was one of the games shown at Microsoft that was not a surprise because we knew it was coming, but a delight to see. Because unlike, say, a Dead Rising 4 or a Gears of War 4 or Forza Horizon 3, We Happy Few, we didn't know what to expect from it.
Yeah.
Like those 3 franchises, you know what to expect.
Yeah.
So this was a big surprise.
Yes, and I think its BioShock feel is really going to
Yeah.
get it over.
So what's your hype level?
I'm giving it 9 joys out of 10 Adam Jensens.
I give this 7.5 rat pinatas out of 10 Adam Jensens.
Pinatas don't squeak.
They could if they wanted to.
They can't.
Alright, so that about wraps up for part dos. I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
We're the NOLAnerders, and we'll see you back for part trace.
You could use English numbers. It's okay.
We are global brand, Chris.
Yeah? Use your German numbers then. Ein and zwei.
Dry. Part to dry.
Are dry.
Dre.
Son.
Yeah, ready.
Fucking phone down.
Shut the fuck
Tired
up.
of your bullshit.
Shut up.
Seriously, just be fucking professional for 1 second. Ooh, boy.
boy. What are you gonna do?
Dat boy.
You feeling froggy? Jump. I'm a tough guy.
What?
You feeling froggy? Jump.
You've never been whiter.
I mean,
Never.
I have owned a Weird Al soundtrack in my life.
Everyone has.
I haven't.
No one asked you.
You're a liar.